Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at their thoughts about you in real time. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm going to channel messages from their higher self and their physical self to you right now. And it's going to be in a conversation format. So what they're saying to your higher self, what your higher self is saying back, what they would say to you in the physical, how it translates in the physical, what you would say back. So if you can get that, it's going to be really, really interesting and fun. We have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. I personally like to use a random number generator. It always works out for me. The divine always brings me to the right pile. And for example, like if I have 4 piles here, I would do choose a random number between 1 through 6. And if it's like a 5, then it's like, okay, same reader, but different reading. 6, like, no, that's not my reading. If it's 1 through 4, then there's a message there for me. And it always, always works. And once in a while, like a number or image or crystal is the one that jumps out at me. And I know that works for most people. For me, it's always a random number generator. But yeah, for this specific reading, I would only choose 1 pile. But if you want more information on the specific connection you're thinking about, I do have other Love Pick a Card readings. And you could probably pick another pile for a different person. But I'm feeling like this is going to be such a strong energy that it's probably best to choose 1 pile for one specific person in this specific reading. All right, so I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, pile 11 with the pyrite. Let's see what they're thinking about you. The High Priestess, and it came out kind of towards your energy. So they're thinking about you so much right now, so heavily, that you may be picking up on their energy, because when you have that strong a thought with that much emotion behind it, it telepaths to that person. So you are definitely picking up signs. You might even be feeling what they're feeling, and it's just like, am I feeling sad, happy, joyous, excited, nervous, whatever? Or is this I don't think I'm supposed to be feeling this way. I think it's someone else. It's them. They're feeling whatever random emotion just popped into your body. Or if you're thinking about them, it's because they're thinking about you. Even if it was just kind of a random thought, like a random flash of their face or a moment you had with them. It's like, oh my goodness, I haven't thought about them for a long time. Or, I have been so busy today. It's weird that I randomly thought of them, or a moment that I totally forgot about, something like that. Or you might get signs of synchronicities related to this person. Thinker, yeah, wow. The High Priestess and Thinker, they're definitely thinking a lot on you. They are so overwhelmingly thinking about you, and so much that it's impossible that it's not showing up in your physical reality right now, and signs around you, even in your physical body. You are getting signs from them. You are getting energetic messages from them, no doubt, right now. So, what are you giving back to them? 3 of Air. So I feel like you might be a little bit closed off, because I don't know, the last thing they said was kind of mean or nurturing, uncaring, not carefully worded. Or you kind of been upset with them because it's been a long time since they've reached out, since they reciprocated, or they're taking too long to reply back to you, and it's kind of, really rubbed you the wrong way. It's you know what, I have self-respect for myself, and I really, really have strong feelings for you, but there's only so much I can like put up with, you know? Ooh, serendipity and time to go in reverse. So the reason that this kind of energy is popping up for the two of you right now is because Spirit is saying there's an opportunity coming up for the two of you to meet. There's an opportunity coming up for the two of you to meet. So this might be someone you haven't talked to for a while that might have ghosted you, or, you know, the conversation hasn't been that so strong. There hasn't been like real good back and forth for a while. And I'm getting it's on them. Like you're the one who's kind of feel like left out in the cold a little bit. But now they're thinking about you a lot and very strongly. So what are they thinking about? Sweetness. Okay. They're feeling very sweet on you. They're definitely feeling like they want to charm you a little bit. They want to, they want to put on, a good outfit and a good face and a good attitude and, talk to you. Reflection, yeah. You may be in a good place right now, whether you want to consciously talk to them or not, like whether you're like, like this person's kind of messing up my life right now, I don't want to talk to them, or like you haven't really talked to them for a long time and you've healed everything and now you're okay. Whatever it is, I feel like you're in a good place to talk to them because Spirit made it that way. The universe made it that way, that you would be good enough, like in a good enough place to talk to them now, or vice versa. I think it's both ways, honestly. Like you might be ready to talk to them, and so Spirit's making them ready to talk to you. How are you feeling? Anxiety under the 3 of Swords, which is a heartbreak card. So I do believe, you can read the energies vice versa. So this side can be you or this side, but I feel I'm reading for this side. The one who's feeling heartbroken and anxiety and was like kind of ghosted, or wasn't really, the conversations weren't really kept up. And not because of you. So when this person's image or thoughts of them come into your mind, it kind of gives you anxiety, a little bit of excitement, a little bit of nervousness, but it's kind of like, Spirit is up to something. The universe is up to something. And so your body, I'm getting, not only is getting signals from them, but also is feeling a little bit of anxiousness, because you know how like your body senses things before you actually go through a situation, and that's how like muscle testing works. Like, for example, if you have an event that you need to go to and you're kind of feeling like bad vibes from it, you can like sit there and like muscle test, and like you can sit there with your eyes closed and like feel into, like, for like 15 seconds what it would be like if you went into the event. Like imagine yourself going into that event and see how your body reacts. Is it tensing up? Is it feeling nervous? Do you feel bad? Do you feel like throwing up? And then imagine like not going to the event. Do you feel like calm, relaxed, no FOMO, like you found something better to do? Your body's like more relaxed, more chilled out. So like you can like muscle test that way. But like usually when you're like definitely set on a path, your body will sense it before you even do. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever smoke cigarettes, like you're like, if you're trying to quit or something like that, like your body knows if you're going to go out and grab a butt before you even do, before your conscious mind even does. Because like your body will feel it and it'll give you all the symptoms and stuff like that, like the turning of the stomach and everything. So like it's kind of like that. Like your body knows and picks up on things like before you actually go through with it. So your body might be, I'm getting like tensing up and feeling it. Okay, on you. Strength, ego, in reverse and face down. I'm getting like weak knees. So I feel like you might be feeling, maybe you played it over and over your head, like what you would say to this person if you ever saw them again, or the next time you talk to them, or something like that. But then that was all kind of hypothetical, and now it's the situation's right there, ready to go, and you're nervous. You weren't nervous before. You might have been a little bit sad, maybe even angry, and you might even forgot about this person or try to move on or something, but it's coming back. All these feelings that you felt when they first like ghosted you, and they first kind of like stopped talking to you so much, or didn't like start replying back to you, or started like doing other things and not telling you and things like that. So it's kind of like, you know, when you have like a trauma from when you're a child and you like come across that like a similar situation, you like revert back to like the age, and you start acting like the age when you first had that trauma. It's kind of like that, but not like as traumatic, but you're acting like the first time they did that thing, and it's making your body at least feel insecure. That's so unfair. Why is Spirit saying all these things? I want to what Spirit? Okay, and it's okay. Spirit saying it's only because you don't know what's going on, so you're confused, and it's like your mind, body, and spirit, your heart, and everything is kind of like different parts of you knows different things. Your spirit, your soul obviously knows everything. Like your higher mind, your conscious self, the part of you that's aware of what's going on, knows nothing. Your heart is picking up signals from them. Your mind is picking up signals from their higher self and from your higher self and from your spirit guides. And then your body is like getting ready to feel the anxiousness, but also you've also trained your body to kind of like get through the stress, get through like the anxious moment to like the more precious moment. But all these things are happening at once, and so that's why you're just a little bit confused. You know, your mind, body, spirit, and heart are just kind of all taking on this information in different ways. A death card. Yeah, it's the end of it's kind of like coming full circle, I'm getting. You might have already healed the situation. You might have already tried to move on. You might already have moved on. You might be even with someone else right now, or you might have never really planned to turn back or look back. And Spirit is saying because you at one point wanted a full circle moment, you wanted to reconnect. If for anything, just to say like, hey, what happened here? You know, like, I'm good now. Like, are you good? You know, whatever you want to say to this person. Just like that, you want to have the last like word or something. Excuse me. And because you wanted the full circle moment, because you want to reconnect at least one more time before, you know, you moved on, and then it didn't happen and you were okay and you still moved on, Spirit's like, we're going to give it to you now because you're not expecting it. You don't want it anymore. Why? It's going to help you pick a path. So you might be in the middle of a very big life decision right now, or you're about to be. And so Spirit's like, this is going to help you make that decision better, stronger, faster. And it could be unrelated. Like you might be making a career decision. And it's like, why is this ex-lover coming in again? It just gives you a confidence, and it's because like that's what where it's like you need some strength, you need some confidence in who you are, who you've become, all the work that you've done, some acknowledgement of that, how far you've come and stuff like that. So it's where it's like we're just gonna give you an extra level of boost of confidence, in who you are, who you worked so hard to become, and also in your faith in, a higher power. So that's why. Okay. So what are they thinking about you? Have I lost everything? Oh my. Because they might come to realize that they really lost their chance with you. Like they lost out on something real and genuine and awesome with you. Because I have a feeling you're in a much better place than this person now. And Spirit is not bringing this person back for you to criticize them or to be like, I'm better than you now, or like, let me get my revenge or vengeance, or let me like stick it to them. No, you're in a better place. They're only bringing this person because you can look at this person and see your growth, not their lack of. So you can see your growth and not their lack of growth. Okay. Last thought. What was another last thought they're having about you? Emperor. Okay. They might be in a better spot now. That's I was first saying, like, we wouldn't have brought them back to you if we didn't think they were a good contender for you. Like, reflection here, like, they've done some work too. But because you saw this person and idolized this person so much for being someone you wanted to be, someone who you want, like, someone you want to be like, you kind of respected and revered some of their attributes, some of their abilities and skills and talents that they had, their drive, or you wanted a partner like them so badly. Spirit, like, bringing them back to show you, like, oh yeah, you always had good taste. They've grown too as a person, but to be fair, they're doing this out of repaying karma. They are going to feel how they made you feel back then when they ghosted you or rejected you, or to reply back to you, or started slowly kind of moving away from you without like kind of just standing up and saying that. Just so many people these days, like, just say the truth. Like, why do you have to go cheat? If you want to cheat, like, break up with your person and then go do whatever you want. Like, why do you have to be an awful person? Like, it's hard to do the right thing and say the truth, but it doesn't get any easier. Just do the right thing. Like, I don't understand how people get worse and worse and worse. Like, I guess it's from like seeing things that happened in their past and in their home and their upbringing. But it's like, if you're watching my readings, you're high vibe. So I know you wonder the same thing. Like, how do people do that? How do people do the right thing, So this person's like a good person. So they might be coming back in order to kind of repay their debt, kind of. 3 of Earth. Yeah, they might even have an opportunity. Like, they might even be like, hey, like, can we like talk about what happened? Or like, hey, I just want to know, like, what I kind of missed out on, like, or, was there something here? Like, I don't expect us to get along, like, get back together or try something new and rejuvenate a connection again. But like, I want to know, like, Was there something here? Like, did I miss it? I want to learn. I want to learn from you in this connection if you let me. So I feel like this is an opportunity for both of you to have like a real conversation that you didn't get to have before. Happy. This is a chance for both of you to kind of enter a better place. It's going to definitely give you so much confidence and so much happiness that like this person was thinking about you, you know, and they kind of regret it and they kind of feel like they missed out and they kind of want to have a real conversation with you. And even in the conversation that you two will probably have, it's kind of obvious that like, you know, there was something there and you weren't just imagining things, you know, and like it wasn't your fault and like, you know, all this kind of stuff. So it's good that all this kind of stuff happens. I'm sorry. So I feel like you get the I'm sorry that you've always wanted. You weren't expecting it. You didn't think you would ever get it again. So like the fact that you have it makes you feel like so good. And plus that fact that this reunion or whatever it is, like manifest, makes you feel so good too. Like you had faith, you believe this would happen, your predictions were true. You have so many choices and options. So I'm not gonna lie, they're looking good. They're looking good. And so, you know, you might kind of mention to them like, you know, I get it, like, you know, you know, you have really like high value traits, you know, things that like women or men look for in a partner. And like, I understand that, you know, you go do you have fun, you have so many choices and options. And what do they say to you back to you? It's like, you made me want to do good things. You made me like use my power, my courage and my skills to do something better with my life and to use it for good. It's like they're I mean, I see why you're so attracted to this person. It seems like they have a superpower. They might be super charismatic or very good looking, you know, totally boss vibes. May come from a really good family lineage, or they might be well off, or the family might be well off or something. But it's not just like the things around them. They genuinely are really are a very talented individual. Let's say they're strong, and they could have easily went down the egotistical path, you know, where they just have a lot of girls on their hands, or they take pictures and like, oh, they date like a lot of like rich guys, or they could like always be posting about all like the expensive stuff that they bought, you know, only care about like surface level stuff, you know. They kind of went down like a totally like bad path, right? Like a really narcissistic path. And meeting you, they realize that there are good people out there. There's genuinely kind, genuinely good people who actually want to do some good for the earth and don't just talk about themselves and are not selfish and, you know, genuinely care about other people. And it really stuck with them. It was a seed that was planted a while back, and it's just coming to bloom now. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or a comment, anything in the comments works. If you leave something personal, I will be sure to get back to you, at least at this time. When I post this, I love to hear your stories. This is a very unique one. I'm sure it resonated with a lot of people in our community. But yeah, I'd love to hear it. But if not, I appreciate a like. I appreciate you just viewing this reading and taking in this beautiful divine channeling. Yeah, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pile 22 with a tiger's eye. Let's see what they're thinking about you right now. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. They're feeling very, very lucky and fortunate to know you. They feel lucky just thinking about you. They're like, oh, I like their smile. I loved how they laughed at my joke or the thing I said. I'm glad that they found it funny. It made me feel really good when they texted me that. You make them feel really lucky and loved, and like there's something special, and they think you're very special because of that. So the thoughts that they have of you right now are so positive and fortunate for both of you. It's kind of one of those things when it's kind of like a honeymoon phase, but it might not be a honeymoon phase for both of you. You might have known each other for a long time. You might be in a relationship for a long time, or you might just be dating or just start to know this person. Either way, there's a kind of like a honeymoon vibe to their thoughts right now of you. A change in the wind, yeah. It feels like things have changed in their life because of you. Like you're like a lucky windfall of divine energy. Like you're an angel that fell from heaven. Like that is like literally how they feel, and they're like, I would tell you that, but you would laugh in my face. And it's like, but I really genuinely feel like you are an angel that was sent to help me. Like you've already put me on a different path. Like I was going down deeper and deeper into a bad spiral downward, and immediately just you coming into my life, just your presence in my life immediately took me out of that, or is taking me out of that right now. And it's like they really feel lucky, like you came at the nick of time. Okay, so how you feeling, how you responding? Star card. Okay, so you feel very lucky too. You feel like this person is someone you kind of wished and hoped for. You might have not realized how divinely perfect the timing was when you two met, or when you two reconciled, or when you two started talking or dating, or something that happened in your connection recently. It just feels like, wow, like how perfect is that? Like I was about to fall off a cliff, and you happened to come across, and you happened to have the right tools to make sure I didn't fall. And you might not even noticed it. You might not even known that they were that close to falling off the cliff. To you, you're just like, oh wow, a person that I've always dreamed of. Like, how did they appear here? Like almost sitting at the edge of a cliff. Like, why are they sitting there? Who cares? They're awesome. Breathe. It's funny because I feel like they're telling you to breathe. Yeah, because like even though they were like so close to death, or so close to spiraling out and going to a deep depression or something like that, you didn't even notice, right? Because they come off like cool, calm, collected. So they might not come off like they were just about to, like, fall off the edge of the cliff. But you see them, you start spiraling upward. You start like frantically being ecstatic and happy, to the point where they're telling you to breathe. The person that almost fell off a cliff is telling you to breathe. Simply for meeting someone like them. Tomato, tomato. Same experience, different. Same situation, different experiences. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like both of you might have been struggling. Keep in mind, it could be vice versa. This could be energy, or that could be energy, but I read for like one person. It just applies to more if you see it as, it doesn't. This person doesn't have to be you. This side could be you. But since I'm reading for the left side, you didn't know if you were gonna find someone that feels like the perfect soulmate to you. You might have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations in your love life, which is why you tend to be so excited and freaking out and talking a lot, and like this person is so in love with you too, but you're just out of breath just from coming across your soulmate. Whereas they are more out of breath because they almost just fell off a cliff. But they're also out of breath because they're really impressed by you too. They didn't think you would come along. But they're more like, I was about to die. So I'm kind of amazed that your perfect angel just appeared. And you're more like, I didn't think I was going to find that person. And here you came across. You know, I feel like one is more feminine energy, one is more masculine energy. Because the masculine energy, they need to have that like physical experience to kind of feel like the magicalness, the miracle energies of a moment. Whereas you, the more intuitive person, probably are freaking out by the magic, the divine miracle that is meeting this person, you know? So like they needed a little bit more of grand performance from spirit, more magic. Yes, they needed more a grand performance in the physical to feel the miraculousness of the moment. Whereas you already can tell the miraculousness of the moment just by meeting this person. Okay. Yeah, they just happened to come across you. It's kind of like you walked by each other and didn't really even notice each other at first. They might have just left 2/8. They might have just left something that was a big deal. So they might have just left a marriage. They might have just left a good promotion opportunity, job opportunity. They might have just left a serious relationship, or they might have just left a location that means a lot to them because their family and friends are there or something like that. So they were all out of sorts because they had to give up something that they thought was fundamentally good, or what was expected of them, or was a really good opportunity. And they're kind of kicking themselves because they're like, what did I do this for? What did I do this for? I blew it. I can't go back. I can never show my face again. What do I do now? And they were just about to hit that spiral. Maybe in like weeks or a couple months, they were going to hit that deep spiral. But I'm getting, because of the sheer experience that both of you are bringing in just your energies, that you two have been through a lot already and have already healed and have gone through many dark night of the soul. So this isn't, Spirit's like, no, not again. I'm not going to have you go through another dark night of the soul for this person. Okay, so how are they feeling? Abundance. Yeah, so I do feel like Spirit's going to encourage this connection between the two of you by giving them a lot of abundance at this time. So they gave up the wrong opportunity, and the universe wants to recognize them and reward them by giving them an opportunity for, a better job that's more well suited to their life purpose, or, a better home situation, or change of luck and health, but also something good along with this relationship. So like Spirit's kind of like nudging you along gently, because that's how Spirit works, gently, that things are turning out for the positive. Things are turning out good. This is a good direction. Like you said no to the wrong direction, even though it was really hard, because it's kind of like when you're like from like step 1 to step 10, you're like step like 8 or 9, and step 10 is like, okay, you did all that, you put up with all that crap, and now you get like, you know, you get the business, you get to be, you know, you get a table at the, you get a seat at the table, or you get the inheritance, or, you know, you get everything that comes along with this marriage, or something like that. Like, they had to give up a lot, and it was a really difficult thing for them to do, in order to come to you and, you know, into this new life. How are you feeling? Energy. So you're feeling the energy. That's why I'm getting like, you're like hyper. You're super hyper. And it's not like even embarrassing, because you're just like, I don't even care anymore. Like, finally, I found the one, you know? And it's just like, I don't care. I'm excited. And they're the kind of person that like will not mind. You know, they like you for you, and they'll accept you for who you are, and let you be excited when you're excited, you know? And you're just like, I don't even care if they don't like it, because I'm super excited. And it's like, you know, it's the one, because they're not scared away by your intense amount of energy and excitement for meeting this person, or reconciling with this person, or whatever the situation is. So what do they think about you in this moment? I know you from somewhere. Yeah, so there's immediate like soulmate connections. Like, yeah, I feel like at first, like, you might like walk past each other, and it's just like, wait, hey, do I know you? Or, you know, if this is a situation where you two don't know each other and meeting for the first time, it's gonna definitely feel like you have known each other for a long time immediately. But it could be a situation where this is someone coming back, but they look a little different and you look a little different, and you both don't expect to see each other in that like kind of spot, that kind of location. So it's kind of like surprising. Ooh, I'm obsessed with your body. I just dream and wish for everything. Yeah, you are over the moon. You are super excited is an understatement. Like, you're obsessed with the way they look. You're obsessed with the possible future that the two of you can have. You're just obsessed that you found this person. And like, your mind is like exploding with like all these thoughts and all these like things that you want to do with this person. It's like, they don't even need to be there for the first like few weeks or few months of the connection or the reconciliation or the relationship, because you're in your own dreamland. Like, you that's enough. Just meeting them was enough for a little while. How are they feeling about all this? No frustration. Yeah, frustration in reverse. They're like, in the past, maybe I wouldn't have put up with something like this, but like, there's something about this person that nothing they do frustrates me. Or maybe it's just like the honeymoon fear. You know, I keep getting the honeymoon phase. Whether this is like, you just met honeymoon phase, or, you know, you've known each other for a long time and entering another honeymoon phase, or reconciliation. But it's like you're having another honeymoon phase, meeting each other again. Whatever it is, like, they're not bothered by anything. Like, so you know, do your worst. I mean, I wouldn't advise that you completely go out of your way to annoy this person, but be yourself. I think they'll appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. One more thoughts that they're having about you right now. King of Fire, and I fell on I'm obsessed with your body. So I'm getting, of course, they're very obsessed with you right away too, but they're just like handling it better. No offense. Like, I know you might think that you would handle it better, but let's be real. Let's be honest. You're in love with love. You're in love with love. You're in love with the idea of love. And now you get your whole world. You get your wish granted. Perfect person. I mean, how can you not explode? Have your moment. Building blocks is you worked so hard. You're like you might like cry a lot. Tears of happiness, like a lot, like the first like few days, few weeks, few months, even. Like you're gonna be like, this is such a magical moment. I can't believe this is happening to me. Like this is so real. Like you're gonna be like over. When you're in that energy, it's really good energy to manifest. So if you could pull yourself away from just thinking about just them, use that energy, the love you feel for them, the love you feel for the moment and for the divine and everything in life, and use it to manifest some stuff. It's good. It's a good time to do it when you're in that energy. Pure bliss, divine bliss. Truth be told, I feel like it's really easy for you to tell this person like everything, and you might do this right off the bat just because you're so excited. Tell them about like the rough journey you've been on in love and what it took to get here. Because I think immediately both of you know, like, okay, this is the one, and because they want to be there for you, and they're definitely being the more emotionally mature, or the more like they're being the emotional rock for you in the beginning. Because they don't want to lose you. They want to be there for you. They want you to know that like they'll be there. And they want to know. They want to know, right? I would try not to overwhelm them, but like, can you help it? Okay. What else? Are they thinking? Wow. Okay, the Tower in reverse for me always meant an auspicious event, a very positive divine event that you would not see coming. So they did not see this situation coming. It was like a huge weight lifted off their shoulder, because they're like, do I become like a person without a home now? Like, do I just become like a vagrant? Do I live off the street? Do I did I just give up everything to kind of, be a nothing, be a nobody? Like, what am I going to do about money? What am I going to do about my living situation? I just like shunned people from my life. Like, I can't go back. I can't show my face. Like, what am I going to do? And here comes a miraculous answer to everything. You're their everything now. Like, you immediately see them as your world. They immediately see you as the one. The Chariot, yeah. You do not waste any time, and they're all about it. Wow, look at these big energies. The Tower, the Chariot, the Hanged Man in reverse. You want to move quickly, and they're like, I'm for that. I've been waiting a long time too. So like, if you bring it up, they'll be on board. But like, yeah, they're like, I don't want to waste any more time either. And your thoughts. Devil, yeah, I'm obsessed with your body. You are, okay, please try not to like jump on this person without their consent. It's just extremely attractive to you when you're in love and you found someone stable, secure, and is in love with you as well. It's just, you don't even need them there, and you'll probably having orgasms. Excuse my language, but yeah, have fun. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a thumbs up or comment. Let me know if you're feeling this energy, or if you're excited for it. I'm excited for you. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, Pile 33 with a citrine. Let's look at their thoughts about you right now, messenger of earth. Okay. In reverse. So that usually means that they are ready to come in for something more stable. It's been a long time coming. They might have been dragging their feet. They might have been not agreeing with you on this or taking their sweet ass time. Excuse my language. But they're ready to come in with like a higher level of commitment. Treasure Island. I feel like they come into a good situation and they're like, okay, now that I have this, I want to share it with you, and this is a good time to kind of level up our connection, or to go all in the commitment, or to take on this next project. So they're feeling it's time to kind of give in, I'm hearing, because they come into a good situation. Okay. How's your higher self responding? How are you taking this in? King of Air. I'm getting like, I told you about this. We've talked about this. I know I was right. This is the right thing to do. I've had this on the books for a long time for us to do. I kept saying that this is what we should do. I feel like you might have had multiple conversations with your person about, you know, committing in this way, moving up in the connection in this way. So now you're feeling vindicated. Mending. And both these cards came up face down. So I feel like it really closed you off to this person because they weren't really reciprocating the way you wanted them to. They weren't really responding to your cries for help, or your demands, your needs for this connection. And it was kind of like you're at your wit's end, or you're about to get there. And you kind of like, it's like they knew that was the right thing to do, but they weren't doing it. And it kind of put you in a difficult situation because you knew whatever you're advocating for the connection was the right thing for the two of you to do, but because they were so opposed to it and they kept fighting it, it made you confused as to like, wait, am I being the bad person here? Wait, is this the right thing for us to do? Or like, wait, should we wait? Why should I not ask for it now? Or am I nagging too much? Or is this like, am I like asking for too much or something? But you were right. But even so, now that they're finally ready to come to you because of this opportunity, I'm guessing it was like some sort of promotion or windfall of money, or I don't know, they got an offer or something like that. It's going to take you a second to kind of like put yourself together, because like you've been asking for this so long, that you've been kind of giving them the cold shoulder for so long, and that like you kind of built up this kind of like secret underlying hate towards them, you know? So you kind of have to, you're like, okay, cool, but give me a minute. Because like, you know, you're a little salty, you're a little angry from that, and like with good reason. A Star card, yeah. So there's an opportunity for the two of you to kind of head towards your dreams coming up. Okay, wow. So the Devil. I feel like the Devil coming out with the 8 of Swords, like I feel like they're still kind of like fighting you for it. They're still kind of like giving you a little attitude, even though they're coming to you with this like opportunity and it should be a good thing. They're still being a little bit like short-sighted. They can't really see the full picture, the long term, why this is good for the two of you long term, why it's important to do it now, or something like that. And so they're like, you are kind of used to kind of giving them the cold shoulder and have been building up this kind of shell around you and them in this connection, they have been getting used to kind of fighting you this entire time, that they've kind of built up this kind of energy of always attacking you, you know, or always attacking your ideas, or frowning upon this. So it's like both of you kind of have to unlearn like the many moments, that the amount of time that it took you to kind of build up this kind of wall between each other. So Spirit is saying like we're bringing in this opportunity, and yeah, you're going to want to mend, and yeah, they're going to want to give you this opportunity, but there's still a lot of friction here. And so whether the two of you want to move forward is up to the two of you, honestly. Okay, so how are they, what are they thinking about you right now? Comfort, yeah. They feel like you offer them so much comfort. Not so much. You offer them a bit of comfort, even when you are giving them the cold shoulder, or you both are being kind of taking space from each other, or being a little bit more independent. Just having you there gives them comfort, and they've grown accustomed to that, and they want to hold on to it. That's one of the reasons why they're offering this to you now. Love in reverse, yeah. But for you, I feel like you may have been kind of slowly kind of falling out of love with this person, or kind of building up a wall between you and them, because it's like you kind of were trying to work on this connection, and from your point of view, they weren't, you know, they're fighting you tooth and nail. And now all of a sudden they come to you with this like opportunity, and you're just like, this is what I've always wanted with you, but now that I have it, like, I don't know if it's too late or not, you know, I don't know if I can still like move forward because I have all this animosity towards you built up. Okay. No. Yeah, like I feel like, what are they saying no to? They're sensing that you're not picking up what they're putting down, and it's because it's so small now. Like, it's kind of one of those things, like, because this has been such a big stressor for such a long time for you, like, it's not enough anymore. Like, they need to do this times 3 plus like another little tiny gift, you know, in order to kind of get you there. But because, like, you know, it's like, yeah, they need to kind of do whatever the situation is times 3. So they need to do like 3 times what this thing is, or like, yeah, and then plus an additional little thing, because it's like, it's so messed up. Like, they didn't know they were playing mind games. I don't think they would like stoop that low on purpose, but they were kind of like, they knew what the right thing to do was, and they didn't realize how much torment it was causing you, mental anxiety and stress, and how it affected a lot of areas of your life for such a long time. Yeah, you deserve more, and good on you for standing up for that. If you haven't, well, you know what's bothering you now. Yeah, because you do want this connection. You love this person. You want to be with this person. But it's kind of up to them to kind of do the right thing. And because they didn't do the right thing the first, second, third, fourth, 10th time, like the 11th time they finally did something right, it's like, well, you have to make up for the first, you know, like, maybe not the first 10 times you said no, or at least the first like or like this second nine, like 9 times. Like it's because they were very stubborn and in the wrong, to be honest. Okay. Let's see, what else? What are the thoughts they're having about you right now? I hope you'll wait for me. Yeah, now they're kind of nervous because they're like, oh, okay, what's going on? Will they continue this with me, or are they kind of, tired of this? But if it took them this long to just give you that first thing that both of you knew and acknowledged was good for the connection, then, they're gonna have to prove themselves. And if they don't prove themselves like pretty soon or pretty immediately, you're probably gonna be walking out that door. What are you thinking? I dream about you a lot, too much. I feel like you dream about like the married life or future goals with this person, and you're now realizing that like it's the goals that you want, and you wanted it with this person, but because they're not actively participating in these goals and dreams, you're now thinking like, oh wait, can I still have these goals with somebody else though? Or is there another way I can go about having these goals, achieving these goals? Okay, serious thoughts. You're having serious thoughts. Okay, let's see. What other thoughts are they having? 10 of fire. Okay. They're definitely freaking out a little bit. A lot of it. Because they're realizing all these things that like you two thought of doing together, and all these like dreams and wishes and stuff like that, more in the immediate future, are all going away. Because I feel like this person is having a hard time thinking like long term, or seeing like how decisions now would affect the long term. And so they're seeing all these like hopes and dreams that you two kind of had with each other kind of just start burning up in the air, and they're seeing this happen in real time now. They're kind of freaking out. Clean it up. Yeah, I feel like you're telling them to clean it up. Clean up your act, get it together, come through, do the right thing. And you're losing patience quickly. How you're receiving this energy. 7 of air. Yeah, you're kind of like, I don't know if this is the best decision anymore. I don't know if this is the right path forward anymore. Go the distance. Yeah. And it came out face down. So it's like you're willing to go the distance. You kind of push this connection along. You're the reason that the connection got anywhere. You were looking out for the connection. You were talking about the future plans. You were pushing it towards it. And now you're realizing, I don't know if this can go the distance. Ooh. How are you feeling? Stop. Okay, look at this. No, stop. If anyone stopped this connection, it was them. So don't feel guilty. Don't feel shamed. Don't feel like you could have done more. Because look at this. No, stop. Like they literally stopped this connection. It wasn't you, How you feeling? Protection. I feel like you might have been the only one. You both might have been protecting the connection in your own ways. Yeah, look at this. 2, 7 of swords. But there's something, it's like, I think you're like figuring out that like they were kind of lying, not intentionally, but they're like, oh yeah, like I want this with you, or yeah, I can see us having this together, or stuff like that. But they were nowhere ready, or they weren't really making moves or taking action. Maybe they got like lazy, or they were procrastinating, or they were hoping that you would just do most of it, or it wasn't important enough for them to push along. And you're like realizing like the clouds are lifting and you're getting so much clarity that like, oh wow, wait, like they were there for me and you were there for them. But when it comes to going the distance, I don't think they were ever really fully there. I think this is like Mr. Right Now or Miss Right Now, but they were never Mr. Right or Miss Right. They were just like, you're like seeing it now. You're seeing it so clearly now. And so now you're like rethinking everything. What's up with them? Why? Wait, what happened? Why were they really not thinking that way? Okay, this fell here. So you were waiting. You're being very patient. You're being very diligent. And they just kept giving like this Page of Cups here in reverse. They just kept getting you enough to keep you coming along, but they were never gonna give you the full thing. They were never gonna take a risk. They were always just gonna go very slow and very steady, the whole way. You would be, it would be a nightmare for you because you're like ready and they're like dragging their heels, and they would have done that the whole way, just giving you enough to keep coming along. Sorry to burst your bubble if that was the case. If not, if this is the past connection or another connection, like thank goodness you left this person. I don't know what to say. What's something Spirit has coming in for you that you can appreciate? 10 of Swords, 10 of Air in reverse, and 6 of Air. So I think you're going to land opportunity to move or to travel. That's going to really lift the rest of the fog and give you the confidence to know all the truth. Okay, so I don't know what to say. Like, hope you enjoy the reading. Like, no, this is a difficult reading, but I hope you enjoyed the truth. I hope you enjoy the fact that I channeled the truth, for what it's worth, whatever it may be. Like, good news or bad news. Like, I always feel like if I say bad news or bad energies and like very positive ways, like, oh, what's coming, what's after, look at 6 of Air comes up twice. So travel and you'll get a wish granted. What kind of wish? Truth, clarity, and sanity I'm getting, and possibly another romantic interest. And whether you go for this person or not, like, it's just gonna be nice knowing that, like, hey, you still got it, and you can easily pick up where you left off with this person, with a new person. But take a trip. So first saying, take a trip, and you'll lift the rest of the fog about this connection. All right. Leave a like or comment for sharing the truth, even though some people, like, I'm getting so many, like, because I'm expanding so much faster now, like, I get low vibe people that accidentally come across my readings once in a while, and they're just like, don't get it. Like, when I'm like channeling the truth, it's like it's divine. I channel straight from source energy, every single time, straight from source energy, the highest and best pure positive divine white light energies, right? And so when a low vibe person comes across and they're like, oh, like, I didn't like the reading, it could have been vice versa, or why did you say that, or just this or that, why were you weren't, it's all these like kind of things. It's like kind of so weird, because I would get one negative comment like once every like 6 months or something, and now I'm getting it like once every reading or something, once every other reading, and it's just like, all right. I know what Spirit has in mind for me. Like, I just had to get used to it. Anyway, I'll shut up. A like would be nice. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pile 44 with the red calcite and this beautiful sunset coming on right now. Let's see the thoughts about you. Two of water. Okay. So they are thinking about trying to ask you out, or ask you to be in a relationship, or to ask you to be in a more committed relationship. It came out very slightly angled. I read cards in like every position, whatever, but your energy is on the left, their energy is on the right, and it came out slightly pointed towards you in reverse. So that's kind of my energy of like, there's an opportunity coming for both of you, but it's them kind of asking you, and they're just starting to think about it. So they're just starting to think about asking you for a higher level of commitment right now. Ooh, that's exciting. Love's in the air right now. Okay, chop wood, and came out in hand, which is my sign that like they're trying to keep this close to their chest. So they've been working on this. So they're working on something in order to ask you out. So if you're already in a committed relationship, they're going to ask you to marry them, or they're trying to think about how to propose to you, or how to bring around the conversation of engagement. They might be asking you to move in. They might be asking you to asking you out on a date, or asking you to become steady with them. Whatever the situation is for your connection, they are putting in the work behind the scenes. I'm going to pull some cards because this is fun. What kind of stuff are they doing? Okay, so they're have like a list of things that they can do, or they have ideas in their head of how to ask you, or how to go about bringing this up in a conversation, and they're like crossing things off their list. Like, okay, like, no, like, I remember they don't like that restaurant, so, or they don't like to, have serious conversation in public spaces, so maybe we won't have it. Like, no, let's not do it at a restaurant, even though I know they really like that one. So they're like doing things like that. How fun and exciting. Justice. Yeah, they're like, it's only fair if I bring this up, or if I ask them. For whatever reason. So they're putting in the work to kind of figure this out. Okay. Sorry, I just like spaced out. Like, I heard a conversation going on outside and distracted me. Ooh, what does that mean? Okay, they're trying to like not in a creepy way, but spy on you. They're trying to like listen into your conversations. They're trying to see what you're doing on social media. They're trying to get information, like, without being disruptive. So they're not going to go out and ask your friends, or like look through your stuff or anything, but they're trying to pick up information, and they're being like very like a spy, ears open, trying to pick up clues. They're like trying to be like, they're so sus right now. They're trying to play it like under the radar, but they are like keying in on things so strongly right now. So if you two are talking, if you two are like kind of going out for lunches and dinners and whatnot, or hanging out, like they're picking up clues, like, okay, like they wore this today, and they said they had these things on Thursdays, and they have that thing coming up in the month that they are not happy about, so that's not going to be a good time. So they're like making mental notes, like, every time you two like talk or hang out. 5 of Fire in reverse for you. Okay, you're just like happy-go-lucky, no care in the world. You're just going along. Like, you're pretty good with this connection. You're like pretty okay with where things are. No idea what's going on behind the scenes with this, or you might have a clue, but you're acting like you don't know what's going on. They might be acting kind of like sus, actually. You might be picking up on that, but you're like, oh, okay, why are they acting weird? Who cares? Let's just eat. Let's have a fun time. By the book. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm like, I think the two of you are a little bit more traditional or something like that. So where the male asks the female out, or the more masculine energy asks the feminine energy out, and stuff like that, or the more masculine energy makes the move or whatever. And I'm reading the left side as feminine energy and the right side as masculine energy, so you can read this as vice versa or not. You can be a man watching this reading and be in the more feminine energy just because you're being more intuitive right now, and more receptive. But I feel like for these two, for the two of you, you're a little bit more like traditional, or just like things more simple, or uncomplicated, easygoing, you know. Yeah, and you're totally happy with the way things are happening right now, and they're already thinking about how to do the next step. So this is a very healthy relationship, I gotta say. Like, I don't come across many of those, but this is a very healthy relationship. That just goes to show that I asked Spirit, I'm like, please only bring me like high vibe people, or people who are willing to do the work and do inner work and spiritual work, whether they just newly awaken, about to awaken, or have been on a spiritual journey for a very long time. Like, bring me like the right people, and bring me to the right people, bring the right people to me, like bring us together. So I expect my viewers to be very high vibe. So I'm so happy to get like a healthy relationship here. This is so good. Okay. So what are they thinking? What are they thinking about you right now? Rest. I can finally rest. Like, they feel really good and comfortable moving forward with you. So I'm getting, it's like, this is like they're thinking about like beginning the next chapter of your connection, and so they feel very comfortable with you. They feel really easy and at peace with their decision to move forward with you. But because it come out kind of reverse, like you kind of inspire them to kind of do more. Like, I feel like very gently you kind of push them to kind of want to move this connection forward. And so that's why they're thinking about it way ahead of time. You know, this might be a year, 6 months before they, like months before they're going to ask you. They're already starting to think about it. So they're in the beginning phases of like the next chapter, and you both might have just like are just like halfway through like the current chapter you're on. So it's like you're good. You're not thinking about anything. You're like, hey, like, what's going on? Hunger in reverse. So I feel like they don't leave you wanting. Like, they give you everything you want, need, and desire, and that, and much more. So you're very happy, very content where things are. Both of you feeling really good. They're ahead of the game. They like you so much. And they want to be with you so much. They're already thinking a year, 6 months, months before doing this, how they should go about it. Leveling up the connection. I'm in so much pain, but it came out in reverse and face down. They're in so much bliss, you know? They're in so much bliss that they're thinking about it. Like, wow, this man, this woman just makes me feel so good. I'm so at peace. I feel so comfortable. I feel so good with life. Yeah, we have our little tips here and there, but for the most part, for the majority, we're so good. We're so good. How lucky are we? How lucky are we? I just wish things were different. It came out in reverse again. You're just like, everything's perfect. Everything's good. Everything's exactly where both of you are feeling this way. What a refreshing energy. You know? Things are good. Things are better than good between the two of you. Okay. Caution, face down. Okay. There's something they feel like they need to be careful of coming up. What is this? Page of Wands in reverse. A lack of a new adventure. Okay, so you may have been, and because these are both minor arcana, this is a very, very, very low priority, not a big deal, not even an issue. Just hey, wouldn't it be nice if we did this kind of situation? You're kind of thinking of what your next adventure could be. You know, it's natural for people to go on adventures. It's in our nature. We're meant to travel. We're meant to explore new things and you know, have adventures, whether you know they're in the home or they're in the neighborhood or they're in a different country. Like, you're meant to go have adventures. It's natural for people once in a while do new things, you know. And so you might have been throwing out a couple of ideas, you know, several ideas I'm getting. And they're worried that, like, if coming up in the next few weeks or next few months, if they don't pull the trigger on a specific new adventure, something small, maybe it could be just trying out a new restaurant, or you know, taking a small trip, a road trip to, you know, only like a few hours away or something, or you know, even like, you know, getting a new game to play together, or you know, whatever it is, having a new project around the home, or whatever it is. They're feeling like if I don't find an adventure for us to do soon, in the next few weeks or next couple of months, like, that might be not a good thing. What would they think would happen? What would they think would happen? 9 of Wands. They don't want to burden you and with feeling like you have to do everything for the relationship, that you always have to keep pushing it forward. So they're like, I don't want them to feel like I'm not contributing to the relationship, that I'm not, you know, planning as many adventures as you have planned for the both of you. So look how sweet and beautiful this connection is. Wow. Relationship goals? Are you kidding me? This is so beautiful. Okay. So let's see their other thoughts. 9 of Air, and it came out in hand. I'm getting they are having other stresses in life. Not necessarily you, but other things in their life has been stressing them out a little bit. What other things? And they might not be telling you about it. The tribe, I'm getting their family or their friend situation or their co-workers, their job situation. So like something in their environment. So people. So either family, friends, or co-workers, or all of them maybe. But it's a minor arcana, so it's kind of stressing them out, but it's like kind of the stress of regular life, and that's why they feel like they can just rest with you, because it's like you give them such peace and comfort, and I don't know, just like they can come home and just breathe, you know, such peace. And that's why they want to give to you what you give to them. Look at this Temperance card. Such peace. They want to give to you peaceful things because you give them peace. And they're like, I don't think you understand. Like, everything in my life is somewhat chaotic. The other people in my life, they always have their troubles that they're trying to like tell me about, and they're a little bit narcissistic and they talk about themselves forever, or you know, we're only having quick like small chats, a water cooler small chat, or we only see each other once in a while, or there's always like a problem going on. But with you, I just feel at home. I feel comfortable. I feel like I can't wait to get back to you every day. And that's why I want to give that energy back to you. That's why this Justice card came out in reverse. Like, I want to give that back to you. I owe it to you. You give that to me. How lucky am I to get that from you? Wow. So sweet. How are you feeling? Queen of Earth in reverse. So I do feel like you're ready to kind of step into something more as well. Or you would be ready for the opportunity if it presented itself. Fork in the road. But you see, you don't know that they're planning this. You don't know where things are going yet. But if the opportunity, appeared, you would be ready to kind of make a decision right now. So you're like, the things are going well. You wouldn't be ready to make a decision tomorrow, but maybe in a few months or in half a year or a year, depending on where you are in your connection with this person, like if the opportunity arose, like you would definitely be willing to consider it like very seriously. But as for now, you're like, things are good. That's further down the line. Like, how funny is it that like you're not stressed out and you're just like, this is like, I don't need to like push this along. They're doing some of the work for the relationship as well. Things are good between us, and I'm not worried about the future. Wow. What a good place to be. What a good place to be. See, faith. You have faith that things will happen the way they are meant to happen. And they're like, yeah, I don't need so much space anymore. Like, I would like more time with you. I don't, I would be okay with having more time with you. I had my space. And then the death card in reverse, like, it's giving life energy. So I feel like both of you may have had a situation happen. Maybe bad past relationships, or maybe you two did break up before or had a really serious conversation where you kind of went your separate ways, but you came back to each other. Page of Swords in reverse. Where you may have wanted to approach your person with an opportunity to move forward, and they kind of completely ghosted you, or they completely didn't even acknowledge the conversation, the topic. What? They were so confused. They didn't know what to do. The Moon card, the Five of Wands. But I'm getting now that they are the Emperor and the Six of Wands. They're ready to take the step with you. So I feel like this might be someone, for some of you, a person coming back, and it's a completely different connection. It's a completely different relationship this time. Or this issue was brought up before, and you brought it up and they didn't acknowledge it, and then I don't know, maybe you dated someone else, or you had a relationship with someone else, and you two kind of got back together and they're a different person now. Or that's why they're like, I owe it to this person. Or you brought this up and they kind of dismissed it before, and then the two of you had a really traumatic situation happen, like a real life experience that was a little traumatic that you both experienced together and were there for each other. And it really changed both of you for the better, and really set your priorities straight, and like made you realize like what's important in life, and everything's kind of different, you know. But yeah, I feel like for some of you, it's like someone that was like in the past, maybe like someone you dated like 2-3 people ago, exes ago, or like maybe like decades ago, or a decade ago, or like, years ago or something, you like moved on, or you dated other people, or dated other people or something, and they come back and it's like different situation. Or this could be a new situation for a very small percentage of you, where you brought something up, they didn't respond well to it, and then you let it go, and they realized that they messed up, and you know, asked for you back, apologized, and you guys went on dating, but it was different this time, you know, and it was like immediate, one after another. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really, really helps me out so much, and I appreciate it very, very, very much. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.